Okay, so hear me out. If Haryu lost to Yusa, and Yusa lost to Taiki, does that make Taiki currently the strongest badminton player that we've seen on the court in the series? Hello everyone and welcome to Anime Awakening, and today we're here to talk about all things chapter 59 of the Blue Box manga series. A chapter that continues to advertise Pocari, showcase some cute wholesome moments between Chinastu and Taiki, while also building that rivalry and adding to the romance side of the plot. So I want to start off with the topic of Taiki for this review, as this guy has shown a lot of awareness both in his badminton skills and his love life. As for the badminton side of things, even after this big win, Taiki is still managing to identify areas of weaknesses that he needs to work on and improve for his next matchups. He obviously identified his cuts and his drops are lacking, so that's an area we're going to see him work on hopefully in the future. But in terms of the romantic side of things, Taiki is showing that he's aware of the fact that those things that Hina has been doing are a romantic attempt at trying to win him over, and is having some serious effect on him. Even though nothing has happened, Taiki is still thinking about that kiss segment with embarrassment and possibly guilt. It made his heart race, and even just thinking about that time makes it race once more. This tells us that Taiki is somewhat falling for Hina, and add in that dream segment, this all but helps to back up that point. So Taiki might be feeling guilty because he knows that he loves Chinastu, but at the same time he's getting tempted by Hina and all of her attempts that she's doing to him at the moment. This of course reveals that Taiki is seeing Hina as more of an interest. This leads to a lot of fans believing that the harem ending could be possible for this series. But personally, I don't think so, and I don't want that, honestly. I want there to be one particular winner. This manga excels in an area of realism. Everything that happens within this series seems realistic, from the reactions that characters give to their expressions in certain situations. Even the way that Taiki has reacted to Hina's confession seems realistic, and it leads me to think that the ending will have just one character win Taiki's heart. It most likely will be Chinastu, as I'm still rolling with the Kyo likes Hina theory, which means that sometime in the future we're going to get some chapters focusing on Kyo and him trying to get Hina's attention, which I think will be a nice little break from all of this Taiki focus that we've been having so far. However, the ending of this series is in the far future, so let's leave that speculation and return now to Taiki in this chapter, because he gives us some brilliant wholesome moments between himself and Chinastu. The part where we learn about Chinastu being a bad singer I thought was amazing. Seeing her embarrassed expression and then her reaction to punching Taiki was pure golden. And her telling Taiki that he looked great out on court was a bit of boldness from our main female protagonist. However, one thing that I will say though is that we know that this compliment is going straight to Taiki's head. And their interaction again in this chapter felt normal. It felt realistic. It was chilled and showcased that the two characters have great chemistry together. I love the panel where Taiki was saying how it's thanks to Chinastu that he was able to improve so much. Seeing her train every day helped inspire him to push forward and strive for further things in the future. This was brilliant because it actually mirrors what Chinastu thought in the previous chapters. So without realizing it, the two characters have always been supporting each other, which returns to that theme of support between the two characters that we've had running consistently throughout the manga itself. As for Chinastu specifically, this chapter did give us a bit of new information about her, while also showing her need to hurry in the sense of sorting her feelings for Taiki out. As, of course, Hina's magic is now starting to work more and more, so the longer Chinastu takes, the more difficult it will become for her to conquer Taiki in the end. Okay. With that said though, it does also require Taiki to remain strong in his heart and his passion and his love for Chinastu. So it's interesting to see what dynamic we're going to have moving forward as we progress chapter by chapter. Now, I did joke about Taiki being possibly the second best player in all of Blue Box because of the revelation that Haryu lost to Yusa. Now, we know that Yusa wanted to face Haryu, and after losing to Taiki, Yusa was probably more fired up than he was once before, because who likes losing twice? On the flip side though, Haryu losing to Yusa makes a lot of sense, because it gives Haryu another challenge going into Nationals, gives him a purpose. Because of course there's no more Shordo for Haryu to try and catch up to and beat in Nationals. So it makes sense that we've got to now make Yusa the new Shordo for Haryu. But the one thing that I liked the most about seeing Yusa in this chapter was the continuation of the Taiki and Yusa rivalry. This chapter, it referenced their first meeting within the series. Because if you remember, in their first meeting, Taiki told Yusa that he dropped his wallet and returned it. And upon Taiki leaving, Yusa mentioned that kind people aren't cut out for badminton. Now, we have a mirrored situation in this chapter where Taiki returns something again to Yusa. And instead, Yusa remembers Taiki's name and declares that next time it will be different. So you can see the amount of growth and respect emanating between the two characters, and I think that is just brilliant, and it shows great storytelling and great rival building between the two. Lastly, the cover image. There's not really a lot to say about it except that it looks really beautiful. I love the colours used within, and I would buy this if it was a poster. That is, the same for pretty much most of the colour images that we've had from the series so far. The art style within this chapter I thought was brilliant as well. I like the more comical and over-the-top speech bubble that Taiki had after waking up from his dream. That was slightly different, but it was also a great choice of stylistic effect. Anyways, that's going to do it from me for this chapter. I really hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please like the video and comment your thoughts down below and subscribe for more Blue Box content in the future. Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.